Hey bitch, it's me. I'm doing a Q&A. Listen up.
Hey, so I actually did get a lot of questions, so I'm going to be doing a Q&A. How to say it? Sahara, whatever. I said to ask questions on that if you wanted it to be anonymous. I guess you guys all wanted it to be anonymous because you guys only ask questions on my Sahara. Be looking at the questions from the phone, so if I'm looking at the phone, it's because I need to look at the questions. There was actually a lot of questions. Some of them were personal, so I don't know if I'm going to answer all of them. First one is, what's your zodiac sign? I'm a Cancer. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel since I was like younger. I just never did it. I don't know why. I'm doing it now. What is my favorite makeup brand? I like Tarte because I feel like it's kind of expensive, but I feel like you get what you pay for with it. Too Faced is good. I think they have like a lot of bright colors, and I'm like into that. How old are you? What's your sign? I just mentioned I was 19. My sign is Cancer. Can you do a video, or they said vid, can you do a vid showing us how to make our boobs look bigger? Please and thanks. I'm not gonna say no, but I could say maybe try those bras that they sell that, you know, like the one that stretch out. Try one of those maybe. Wear shirts that like draw attention there. A push-up bra maybe. What drugs have you experimented with? LOL. Eric. I know a few Erics, but I don't know which Eric this is, so if you want to say who it is. But I'm not gonna talk about that, so I'm just gonna skip over that question. What did you want to be when you grow up? What's your favorite food, and who was your first love? I like how you snuck that in there, I guess. I feel like I'm still growing up, and I'm never really gonna grow up, but when I was younger, I wanted to be a lot of things, and I kind of decided that I just wanted to be someone who helps somebody else, I guess. I wanted to be somebody who helps someone else. That's still what I'm like for. I wanted to be a vet for a long time, and then I wanted to be a cook, you know, like normal kid stuff, president, stuff like that. And then I went through a phase where I wanted to be like Marilyn Monroe, like just famous. That lasted a long time. I mean, I still like, you know, I still feel like that way kinda, but that's what I wanted to be when I grow up. My favorite food, I don't know. I love Mexican food, so. And who was my first love? Zaffron was my first love, so yeah. How do you stay happy / upbeat all the time? Mariah. I know a few Mariahs as well, so I don't know. Next time, if I do another Q&A in the future, put your last name. First of all, I want to start off by saying I'm not happy and upbeat all the time. I feel like that's like kind of the disconnect and problem with the generation now is like you only see snippets of people's lives and what they choose to show you on social media. So you think that they're happy or whatever. I'm kind of sick, so if my voice sounds off, that's why. As for that, you know, no one's gonna post a picture of them crying. I mean, some people do, but for the most part, nobody's gonna post a picture or, you know, something of them saying like, oh, this sucks right now, I'm going through this, blah, blah, blah. You know, some people do, but for the most part, you see when people get new cars, like when they're making money, like they post the good stuff. So for someone to say, like, how are you upbeat and happy all the time? I have my days just like everybody else, but I do like to keep in my mind, like, I've made it through every bad day that I've ever had. I seen that on the internet a little while ago. Like, you've made it through every bad day you've ever had. And for me, you know, that's encouraging. I've had a lot of bad days, and to think that, you know, nothing seems as bad as it does right now. You're going through something right now and it's going to seem like the end of the world. in a few months, in a few weeks, in a year, look back and you're gonna be like, wow, that seemed horrible, but it's not. So that's what I kind of like try to remember. If I ever get upset about something, I always do this and it always works. I try to think, Viviana, are you going to be mad about this in 10 minutes? Are you going to be mad about this in an hour? Are you going to be mad about this in a few days? You know, in the next year, are you still going to remember this? If not, then get over it. There's no point in wasting your time being mad, you know? If you're not going to care about it in the future. So I always just tell myself, if I'm mad, I try to talk to myself and calm myself down, and it always works. Where do I see myself in 10 years? In 10 years, I see myself, I don't know where I see myself. I think I go back and forth sometimes on what I want. In 10 years, I either see myself traveling by myself, you know, happy, living life and stuff, or in 10 years maybe I see myself being married, happy, with a ton of light-skinned babies. I think that's a weird question. I feel like it's a question young people get asked a lot, but it's also a weird question for young people to get asked a lot, just because I feel like at 18, 19, 20, 21, you're still figuring out who you are, what you like, what you don't like what you want this life to offer you, basically. So, I mean, I'm still figuring out what I like, what I don't like, and what I want this life to offer me. Right now, I only envision myself traveling, helping other people, living life, basically. You know, life always, I feel like my life has its own plan already, and you know, whatever happens, happens. So, where have I traveled? Where do I want to travel still? I have been to New York, the Bahamas, Texas, a bunch of places in California, obviously. Where else have we been? Florida, like Miami area, Mexico. I'm trying, that's really my only dream in life, is to travel. I want to go everywhere. I want to meet people and, you know, like live in every country, but like really experience life in that country. So like I want to go to Korea, I want to go to Africa, I want to go to Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Hawaii. I want to go to Hawaii. I know it's like the most basic place to go, but I want to go to Hawaii. So yeah. Funniest story from boot camp. I feel like boot camp was filled with tons of funny stories. I just couldn't understand that they were funny till after I got out, because I mean, when it was happening, it wasn't funny. The one that I usually tell people the most is between two stories. The first night I got there, you get off a bus, they're all freaking yelling at you, and I'm just like, you know, chopping it up on the bus with people beforehand, like, they're asking me, are you scared? And I'm like, no, I'm not scared. You know, I had never really thought about what it was like till I actually got off the bus, you know, like months before and stuff. I was just like, whatever, you know, just casually, whatever. It's not till the MTI, like, gets on the bus, starts yelling, I'm like, what? And then, you know, like, we're in a huge auditorium, getting in process. People are throwing up because they're so nervous. I'm like, wow, this is real. I already miss home. And then, you know, we, like, stay up. It was, like, almost 72 hours, I think, we didn't sleep. So, you know, I was tired. They gave us nasty lunches. I was hungry. So we're finally in process, and you know, we get our backpacks, our uniforms, you know, stuff like that, and our MTIs come to pick us up. At the time, I wasn't thinking about it. It was later that I remembered which MTIs it was yelling at me. Shout out to Master Sergeant Trejo Sanchez. He was yelling at me. So they give you like little flashlights. I think I actually have one. They give you little flashlights, something like this. Actually, this is exactly what it's like. And so you have your backpack on. You're running with your backpack. This is my backpack. It didn't have this shit on it, obviously, when I first got it. This backpack for you. You're running, so they're like, your backpack should be touching the person's back. So basically, you guys should be super close. So everyone's running. We're all scared, and they tell us to turn our flashlights on because it's dark. So I'm trying to turn my flashlight on, and I don't realize that there's two modes. This doesn't work, but there's regular mode where it's just the regular flashlight, and then there's like the club disco mode, I guess, like where it's flashing like strobe light. So I'm so nervous, so scared. I turn on the little strobe light thing, and I can't figure it out. I wasn't thinking, I was scared. So he comes up and he's like yelling at me, and he's like, "Trainee, this isn't disco night, this isn't club mode, turn that flashlight off." And I'm just like, is he talking to me? Is someone else fucking up too? What is going on? So he's like in my face yelling at me while we're running next to me like, "Trainee, trainee." And I'm like, I don't know how, I'm just talking, I don't know. And he's like, "Where's your reporting statement? We haven't been taught reporting statements." I'm like, what are you talking about? Freaking out. So I mean, that was like my first impression when I was like really thinking, what did I get myself into? Let me go home. I'm over it. So the last questions were just what's my ethnicity. I get asked that a lot. Actually, me and my sister both do. I am Mexican and German, so Hispanic basically. I usually just say Hispanic. Thank you for watching. Sorry if it's short or long. I'm still trying to figure it out. Subscribe. And let me know if you guys want to see anything else or what you guys would like to see, video ideas. Let me know if you like this backdrop thing instead of like seeing other stuff in the background.